Now I want somebody to type this. I'm ready for my finances to turn around. Come on, come on. You on, Doc? I'm ready for my finances to turn around.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. We're going to start this next series of what we're about to do. We're going to deal with two important things. First, we're going to deal with credit card strategies. Credit card strategies, where we want to show you what to do with these credit cards. There's so much misunderstanding with what's going on with the credit cards. So what we want to do is teach you what to do with these credit cards. But before we get into that, the 14th chapter, verse 28 to 30. Luke 14th chapter, verse 28 to 30. Type in your chat if you got it. Luke, the 4th is 28 through 30. 28 through 30.
Got it, got it.
You got it? Luke 14, verses 28 to 30. All right? All right, we're going to begin. I'm going to begin to read. For which of you, this is a question now, in my Bible, is red. So when it's red, we know Jesus talking, right? So he's asking a question. For which, praise the Lord. So he says, for which of you intending to build a tower? Now the tower represents basically a house, all right? So it says, which of you will build a tower does not sit down first and count up the cost? So you get ready to make a big move, you get ready to make a big purchase. The Bible says before you even do that, you got to count the cost though. You got to count the cost though. So it says count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it. See, when you start something, the intentions are to finish it.
Come on.
You don't want to start something and in the middle of it can't finish it. Now look at verse number 29. Lest after he has laid the foundation. Now, you know when they build a house, they got to dig the basement and they got to lay the foundation first, right? That's what the builders do. They got to lay the foundation first, right? So lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all who see it begin to mock. Now, you don't got all on TikTok. You don't got all on Facebook. You don't got on Instagram telling everybody, the Lord has blessed me. I'm about to build my dream home.
Come on.
And when you get to the point of starting it, they have to stop it right in the middle because you done ran out of money and you just laid the foundation.
My God.
How many people know you didn't do a very good job planning on building that house? And watch, this is people for you. This is Christians and non-Christians. Look at verse number 30 says, saying, this is what people saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Do you know how embarrassing that is for everybody to know that you begin to build a house and now the job is shut down because you don't have enough money to finish the build? God said he don't want you to be in that position. So we got to first count up the cost. That's why I gave you the strategies. I gave you the strategies yesterday with the snowball method, showing you we got to get our spending in order. All right? So I gave you the strategies showing you we got to get this spending in order. This is all going to be on YouTube. You'll be able to follow this as I taught it. But we got to get this in order.
Come on.
Before you ever begin to go to the next level. All right? So we got to get our spending under control. So one of the biggest problems is these credit cards. Now, we have gotten the wrong ideas with these credit cards. We think it's free money. It is not free money. They putting interest on everything you got. Everything you charge, they putting the interest on it.
Teach.
And what they do is they put an interest on it every month.
My God.
Every month they put an interest charge. And y'all know when these new credit cards that come out, they all have the same percentage, 24 to 29%. That's highway robbery, saints. That's people of God. That's highway robbery. but our government allows these lenders to do this. 29% they put on that credit card, right? So now you're not just paying your monthly payment, you're paying the monthly payment plus the charges. So we're gonna get into the details and show you how to offset that. Now, some people, you got all these bills. Sometimes they credit card bill tell you to pay it at the beginning of the month. Well, that's where you pay your rent, and that's when you pay all the other bills at the beginning of the month. You might have to go to the credit card lender and say, I want mines at the end of the month. I'm teaching you strategies here. End of the month so I can actually be able to pay my credit card, because if you don't pay it within time, you're gonna be charged another interest on top of that interest that they charge.
More money.
So let's just use some figures. I'm gonna use some quick figures for you real quick. Let's just say you have a credit card balance of $2,000, right? They charge you 29% interest. That's crazy or not. Believe it or not, that's $580 of interest that they'll charge you if you don't pay that balance off. They'll charge you $580 for a $2,000 bill.
Wow.
That's crazy. Times 29%. That's $580. That's what they'll charge you the whole year extra you're paying. So when you get finished paying, you're paying over $2,500 for that $2,000 bill. So they're doing it every month too. So you divide that by 12. So you getting an extra $50. You getting an extra $50 put on your regular monthly payment, what you paying. So you pay $200, but now you really got to pay $250 because now they don't put another $50 on your bill. So it's very important when you get these balances that you pay them off every month. You pay them off every month, and that way, that's why you can see the total being taken off. You can see the balance going down. If you don't, you're just spinning wheels. And they came up with a law about 15 years ago, telling the credit cards, if y'all look at your credit card bill, it'll show you, if you pay the bare minimum payment, it'll take you 3 years to pay this off.
3 years.
3 years to pay whatever that balance is if you just pay the bare minimum.
Wow.
And that's what a lot of us do. Oh, all they want is $100. I'm gonna give them $100. All I'm gonna give is $50. And guess what? At the end of the year, you ain't made no dent on that bill.
And they happy.
And all you paid was interest on that whole bill, the whole year.
Credit people happy.
Oh, they love you. They love us, saints. And what we got to do, we got to get out of this cycle. All right? And what some of us got to do is you need to get a lower interest rate. All right? 24 to 29% is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So what you could do is go and look online. You can go and look online and say which credit card company has a rollover or a transfer balance, who has the best interest rate. And some of them will give you 6 months, 12 months, 18 months interest free to make that payment.
Wow.
So that $50 that they charge you is wiped out. But you got to pay that balance off at the minute into that trial period, that 6 month, 12 month, 18 months. Or you're gonna be in the same boat. You don't roll it over to another credit card company doing the same thing. So these strategies I'm trying to teach you to pay these credit card bills off. Another thing is, what is the use for a credit card? Is a credit card for me to use when I ain't got no money? I ain't got no money, so I'm gonna use the credit card. That's a bad idea.
Come on.
That's a bad idea, not unless you have a strategic plan on paying that credit card off. So what is a credit card should be used for? A credit card shouldn't be used for Louis Vuitton bags. Lord have mercy.
Lord of mercy.
It should have be used for Coach bags.
Lord of mercy.
Your credit card shouldn't be used for red bottoms. Or buying the latest Jordans. That's not what your credit card is to be used for. Your credit card should be used for reserving your hotel, your car rentals, reserving vacation reservations. That's what your credit card should be used for. All right? So all that other stuff, that luxury stuff, we got to cut that out of our spending. That's what has gotten us in so much trouble. All right? So these are the things that we need to do to get rid of these credit cards. All right? Once you get that credit card under control, you use it strategically, not for wants, but for needs.
Come on.
Somebody type that in there. Credit card is not for wants, it's for needs.
Get it in the chat.
Credit cards are not for wants, they're for needs. All right? Y'all got that?
Let me see it in the chat first.
Credit cards are not for wants, they're for needs. All right?
There we go. They coming in the chat.
Y'all
now.
got it?
Yes.
So, I'm gonna give y'all a story, quick little story about a credit card. I was paying my credit cards off, and I just was doubling and tripling the payments and everything. Before you know, I just was paying it off, and my credit card, not balanced, but the limit was $5,000. So I kept doing it, kept paying it off. The people sent the notice in the mail, said we're gonna bump yours up to $7,500. Right? No, excuse me. Let me go back a little bit. I kept doing it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the bank and ask for them to increase my credit card limit. Saints, 2 weeks didn't go by. 2 weeks didn't go by. Them people sent me in a notice, said we increased your credit card limit to $7,500.
Wow.
I thought that I was gonna go down to the bank, but I must have sent the angel to the bank, and they already put it in the mail.
Come on.
$7,500. They moved it from $5,000 to $7,500. So then now I'm attacking that. I said, I'm gonna go down to the bank and tell them to increase it to $10,000. I went down to the bank. They said, they looked at my history. They said, it's up to $10,000 now.
Come on.
This is the kind of stuff, buying power, you can do when you pay your credit cards off. You can have this kind of trust, and the bank will have that kind of trust to what they're doing is they're extending to you credit. All right? So God wants to extend to you credit. He wants to do what? Enlarge your territory.
That's it.
That's what these credit cards and stuff for. It's to enlarge your territory. Now they got these different credit cards. You know about it better. I think it's called Black Label or something.
Black card.
Black card. Well, it's got like
you gotta have
100,000, 6 figures or something like that.
You gotta have like 10 million for the black card or the big one.
Yeah. So your credit is better than your name. A good credit card rating is better than your name. And when you got a good credit card rating, you can go and you can buy anything you want.
Dr. Davis, somebody told me, they said if you got a 100,000 in cash or you got an 800 credit score, the 800 credit score is better than that 100,000 in cash.
Yeah, because that credit score will allow you to buy much more than that $100,000 would allow you to get.
Come on.
You know what I mean? So, and the reason I'm going to hit you real quick with this credit card, because we want to get into something. Again, I could have taught you investments. I could have taught you all that stuff first, but that does us no good if we don't get our credit card spending, and if we don't get the snowball effect in control, then this what I'm about to teach you next ain't gonna work. Getting these mortgage payments and these car payments and all these credit cards payments and everything, that stuff ain't gonna work until we get all our spending under control. Somebody type amen in the chat.
Come on.
Now we about to get busy now. We about to go get busy real quick. Now y'all get ready. All right? So I want to ask everybody in the chat, what is the American dream?
The American dream?
I want to ask everybody in the chat, what is the American dream?
Y'all put what you think.
Put what you think in the chat. Think what you put in the chat. What you think the American dream is?
Debt-free, one person put, doctor.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm putting writing it down. American dream. What is the American?
One person put a homeowner.
dream.
Somebody put to be rich, to be alive, to own a house. A lot of people putting debt free. Most of them putting debt free, being rich, financial freedom, ownership. A lot of them putting to become a homeowner.
Okay.
Somebody put to be at peace.
Okay.
Be financially stable, debt free, a millionaire.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, according to the American standard, the American dream is this.
A lot of them got that one.
So if you said home ownership, you all over it. Or if you said owning real estate or whatever, that's part of the American dream. All right? Home ownership. All right? Why is home ownership so important? Why is it so important to own your business or own your own home? Why is that so important? Anybody know why that's so important?
Let me know, chat.
Why is home ownership so important? What does, or I'm gonna ask it another way, what does home ownership allow you to do?
Somebody put asset, somebody put legacy, stability, general legacy, generational legacy and wealth. Use it as collateral to be free, because we're halfway. You should get desire hearts. You have some life back. Okay.
All that's good stuff. But I'm gonna use
You
a word.
own it, somebody said.
Yep. I'm gonna use a word that we don't use very much in our everyday talking. Leverage.
Leverage.
What leverage does is it gives you strength or an ability greater than what you have normally. Home ownership gives you a benefit where what I normally have wouldn't do much for me. But because I have home ownership, I can flip that home ownership and get leverage and gives me an opportunity to buy things even greater than what I already have with the home ownership.
Good stuff, good stuff.
See, it gives you leverage, and I'm gonna break this down to you real quick. Anybody in the chat ever heard of the pyramids in Egypt? You know, the pyramids, those big, beautiful structures that they look, and the scientists are scratching their heads and saying, how does these primitive people build these giant structures that weigh thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds? They have no toes. They have no what do you call them thing? Excavators. They have none of that stuff to get them bricks that high. How in the world did they build those structures? Scientists today are still scratching their head. The Lord told me how they built it with leverage.
My God. Come on.
The Lord said they built it with leverage. And then see, I love about God when he makes what he's saying practical.
Yes, sir.
Watch this. I told Pastor D about this one. I went to one of these stores, one of these thrift stores, and I bought a huge dresser. One of them big long ones. Not that plywood they sell these days.
Heavy.
Not the plywood they sell these days. You know, that stuff they glue together and tell me that's wood? No.
Yeah.
Real wood. So I had my Suburban, and a man helped me. We got it in there and everything, and I'm on my way home with this big dresser. I used to move furniture, so I know moving techniques. So I grabbed I got it to my door, and I was able to spin it, and because if you just keep dragging it, you're gonna tear the whole dresser up.
Yeah.
So the Lord showed me strategies to do this tip and this tip. So I got it to all the way in the house by myself, which was crazy. Got it in the house, and then I had to go up a flight of stairs.
Woo.
And I said, Lord, I don't feel like calling nobody. I'm stubborn like that. Y'all pray for me. I said, I don't want to call nobody. The Lord spoke to me just like I'm speaking to y'all now. He said, go into your garage, and he said, get those two. He said, grab a couple of those planks you got in your garage. I said, okay. He said, grab those planks and lay them on your steps. Saints, when I laid those planks on my step, there was the perfect length of all those stairs.
That's God.
I couldn't plan that if I wanted to plan it.
That's God.
I landed, put those planks on those stairs. Now the dresser's a few hundred pounds. I laid the dresser on those planks, and I used this technique called leverage. I used the leverage of those planks, and I got the dresser all the way up on top of the stairs by myself.
My God.
And I'm just amazed at the whole thing, right? I'm amazed at the whole thing. Then I was able to, again, maneuver it, go through this room, and get it in my room. And the Lord said, that's how those Egyptians built that pyramid. This, saints, is a powerful, powerful word. Leverage. Home ownership, right? Mm-hmm. This is where we're about to go. We're about to go home ownership. Let's say you're ready to buy a home. So you go get a broker. You get a broker. The broker is going to tell you what you can afford. Mm-hmm. They're going to look at all your assets, all your liabilities, and they're going to want your DTI, something called DTI. That's debt to income ratio. They want that to be less than, no more than 30%. All right? Debt to income, they're going to say, you got a car note, you got this bill going out, that bill going out, and you only make this much, and you got that other investment, you got. So when they look at your DTI, how much money you making every day, they're going to tell you how much of a house you can afford. All right? So it's not, they don't let you know how much you can afford because of how good you look. They're going to look at what you got going out and what you got coming in. Come on. And watch this. We about to do some things here. Watch this. Let's say your first starter home. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's say your first home is 300,000. Now, Saint, you could buy a nice house. You could buy a nice house for 300,000. Really nice home. But Pastor D is a little rich. Yeah. I would have went started with 100,000. But he's a little rich. So he started up, Saints, with 300,000. Now, when you borrow this, they attach something to it called what? Interest.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all over the place these days. But let's say it was 7%. Right? So you borrowed that $300,000 at 7%. Mm-hmm. Remember now, this is the American dream. Saints, this is the American dream. Home ownership. Watch this. I could do it in my head, but I want to show you. 300,000 times 7%. That's $21,000. All right? That's $21,000, right? That's interest alone. A year.
A year.
No, wait. No, watch this now. That's 7%, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a year. You paying just that on the 300,000, right? So 21,000.
They adding yearly.
They adding that yearly.
Wow.
All right. Times
30 years?
30 years.
My Lord. What that say on that? What's the math on that? On your calculator?
What? Okay.
For that interest.
All right.
21,000.
This is 21,000 a year.
Uh-huh.
All right. times 30 years.
Okay.
So this is what you got. You got 21,000, right? Times 30.
And this just the interest.
Oh my God.
Is that?
Wait a minute. We got our percentages right here. That's 300,000 times 7%.
Yeah.
That's 21,000.
Yeah.
All right. Times 30.
Times 30. This just the interest. 630?
Watch this. Watch this.
Man, just an interest.
So, look at this. Look at this. This is scary here. This $300,000 house that you purchased, when you get finished paying it, you're going to pay $630,000 for that house.
More than double.
More than double. What y'all say about that in the chat? What y'all saying about that in the chat?
They said, so you pay double? Unbelievable. They're
Because
legally robbing us.
because of this little fella here. Interest. Your broker or your banker is not going to tell you this. You just so gung-ho about buying a house, they don't tell you about this. Because if you went there and say, I'm buying this $300,000 house, and they told you, yep, you buying this, but when you get finished paying for it, you're going to pay $630,000. You would have backed out of that deal. They don't tell you this. This is the dirty little secret. This is the dirty little secret. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know about this right here. This is how we're going to offset this. We got to offset this somehow.
Teach.
This is now I just want to let y'all know, if I disappear, that means they came and got me because I'm showing y'all these secrets. if I fall, hey, listen, Jimmy Hoffa, if I disappear like Jimmy Hoffa, y'all say they don't took Doc.
And Mother Ruth said, and don't end up having a late charge.
Yeah.
They go up even more.
Now, if Doc disappear, y'all form a team and y'all try to get these people who come after me, because I'm teaching you stuff they don't want you to know. This is how we offset that.
This is the part I like.
This is how we offset that. So this American dream has turned into what? A nightmare.
My God.
That turned into a nightmare. Your American dream right there.
Yeah.
It turned into a nightmare. I'm gonna show you how to get out of this nightmare. We coming over here. We coming over here a little bit, right?
Come on.
The key is this interest. We got to get rid of the interest. So, if you made one extra payment a year.
Tell them that again, because this is the part I love.
Listen to this. If you made one extra payment a year, let's just, we're gonna put a number on it. Let's just say this number right here. Let's say your mortgage, we're gonna use this round number. Let's just say it's $2,500. I'm just gonna use that number, all right? Let's just say it was $2,500.
A month.
A month, right?
Okay.
So let's just say you wanted to pay that one payment extra year. What you could do is you could pay an extra $2,500. Two ways to do that. Say you get your income tax or whatever, you got that $2,500, you can do it then. Or this is what you can do. $2,500 divided by 12. If you paid an extra $200 a month, right? So instead of you giving the bank $2,500, you giving them $2,700, right? You giving them $2,700 now, which for a lot of us it ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna kill you, all right? So you giving them an extra $200 a month. You know what you just did when you did that for a year? For the life, for the life of that 30-year mortgage, you know what you just took off? 7 years off of that 30 years.
Of them getting that interest.
You just took 7 years off of that 30 years. So now you're gonna pay your 30-year mortgage off in 7 years. Now this is getting what we call gooder and gooder. So now you took 7 years, so it only gonna take you 23 years to pay that 30 years off, right? Let's say you got aggressive. Let's say you paid 2 extra payments. So that's 1 extra. Let's say 2 extra payments, right?
Uh-huh.
Watch how the numbers keep going down, Saints. So you going $2,500 a month plus an extra $400 a month. Because they're doing too much. So that's giving you 2 extra payments for the year. Mm-hmm. All right? So now you're giving them $2,900. You said, man, Doc, I can't do that. I'm just showing you the math on how you can kill this. You can help kill this. So you're paying $2,900 a month for your mortgage.
2 payments a year to add up to, right?
Yep. Again, you're doing that. You can do it month by month, or you can make 2 lump sum payments throughout the year.
Okay.
All right? So guess what you just did? You took 14 years off that.
Wow.
You took 14 years
of them not charging you interest.
Of not charging you interest, right? So 14 off. Now guess what? That 30-year mortgage just turned into 16 years.
My God.
You're paying a 30-year mortgage off in 16 years.
And they mad.
They mad.
Because they ain't getting that interest.
They ain't getting that interest, that crazy interest there. They charge you that double.
Yes.
Right? We're going to go one more just to make it. Because somebody aggressive. See, you got to be in a attack mode at all times when it comes to your bills.
Yes.
Attack mode. So let's say you make 3 extra payments a year. All right, so that's the $2,500, right?
Plus the 600 now.
Plus the 600. You making $3,100 a month payment, right? Mm-hmm. You know what you just did?
My God.
You knocked 21 years off of that 30-year mortgage. Now, you can pay that house off in 9 years.
My God.
And probably saved yourself over $200,000 of interest.
My Lord. Who caught that? I caught it in the chat. Come on. I caught that. Put it in the chat. I caught it. I want to make sure you caught that.
I want to make sure they see that, and I'm opening this up for any questions that anybody confused about this, because it's pretty straightforward.
That's straight.
It's because if you make extra, you killing that interest. We got to kill that interest. That's what we got to kill.
Let me ask y'all something. Anybody got a question real quick before he move? Let me know if you got a question. Any question? Hold up. They're making me verify. Hold up, let me verify first. I don't like when they do that, y'all know that. But okay, I verified now. Now let me know if you got a question on anything on this board. Let me know, quick. People said, no, it's clearly spoken, yes. He broke it down slow and easy. Wait, but they won't let you pay off your mortgage before 5 years. They will charge you a penalty. That's why he said 9.
That's why we broke it down to 9. We ain't talking about
that's why he said 9.
We ain't talking about paying it off in 5 years.
Yeah.
And depending on your bank, my bank has told me when I paid my car notes off and stuff like that, or more, they said there's no penalties in paying it off early.
I paid off 2 cars early. Years before. I had 5-year loans. Paid one off in 3, one in both of them off in about 3 years.
Mm-hmm. So depending on your...
I told my mom about attacking her interest rate 2 years ago. Yeah, you told her right.
Yeah. So depending on your institution, some of them will tell you. Now banks, they're here to make money. That's what they do. That's why they ain't telling you about that.
Yeah.
They ain't telling you about that. They're here to make money. But after, let's say that 5 years, you can make as many payments as you want. That's you getting leverage. See, right now, with this setup, all the leverage belongs to the banks.
Yeah. So you saying, like Mother Ruth said, them 5 years, but after 5 years, you could get even more aggressive.
Yeah,
you could go all in.
And saints, hear me by the Spirit. Depending on the month that you're in, you might not do an extra 200 or 400. Do what you can do to help get that interest rate off of you.
So you saying anything can help?
See, each month varies for everybody. So instead of you paying an extra 200, you might want to just pay an extra 100 or extra 50 or whatever. Do whatever you got to do to stop this monster from killing you.
Know what I did, Dr. Davis, on my cars? Every time I made a payment, I say keep the change, or I put something else with it, because it looked like it's not a lot, and I say put the rest on the principal on my cars.
Now, I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to break this down to let you know why this monster gets so big.
Okay.
This monster gets so big is because when they tell you got a $2,500 a month mortgage, you know what they're doing? All that $2,500 is not going on the principal. There's two things going on. Escrow and taxes. So with those two things, they gotta pay the taxes like we live in Greece. So they gotta take the taxes out for Greece.
We live in a high tax bracket.
Or for Fairport or whatever city you live in, they gotta take it out for the garbage disposal. They gotta take it out for taxes for schools, county, all that stuff. They gotta take that out. So if your mortgage payment is $2,500, they're not putting $2,500 on the principal. They might be putting $1,400 of that $2,500 on your principal.
Yes.
That's why that $300,000 ain't even barely moving.
Wow.
The rest of that $1,100, that's taxes and escrow.
Wow.
That's how they get the taxes out of there. When they take it out of that payment that you just made.
Yeah.
So all you're doing is paying the $1,400 on a $2,500 payment. And that's why it takes you so long to pay that off. That's why it takes you so long to pay that $300 up to $630.
Wow.
What you, in essence, if you play their game, you just paid for 2 houses.
Wow. Wow.
And only got one to show for it.
And they in Mexico on the beach with your money.
And they loving it. They loving it. You just paid for 2 houses.
What they doing?
Oh, they living like fat kings. Listen, it's a kind of comical when I see them on TV, but they living like Rick Ross. Y'all see Rick Ross' house? That's just ridiculous. Yeah. Rick Ross' house is bigger than the White House. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's really ridiculous, Rick Ross' house. And then he got 100 cars wrapped around the house.
Wrapped around it.
Rolls Royce, Bentleys, Ferraris, you name it, he got it. That's what the bank does. They live off of poor people.
Come on. So the rich get richer.
The rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
My God.
And I'm going to say this, and I want you to put it in the chat. Y'all should be firecracker mad when you see this.
Let me know if that make you firecracker mad.
This should make you firecracker mad when you see what the banks do to us.
They done did it to your mama, your auntie.
They don't did it to us. this helps keep you in debt.
And mother said, don't come get it. Don't pay it in some months. They coming to get it.
They coming to get it.
Hey, and ain't giving you your money back.
No.
And then they gonna flip that same house and make even more off of it.
They're gonna flip it. They're gonna flip it.
And make more.
So this right here is a crime, but this right here, you should want to do some backflips. You should want to do the Cabbage Patch when you see this, because this right here is telling you how to get out of that.
Yes.
That's what we're here for this week, for financial freedom. We're trying to give you financial freedom to show you. See, you'll never get to here. You'll never even get here.
Teach.
If you don't control these bills here.
And can I add one? They'll never get to that, to control them bills, if they don't pay their tithes.
You got it. Now he jumped a little ahead. He jumped a little ahead of it, because we doing great with the time, because we good. We're doing great. But tomorrow I'm gonna teach you about investing. See, all this lines up with each other. If you don't have your spending under control, you'll never be able to get this leverage package. This leverage package is financial. Now I'm part of our ministry here that makes this such a powerful ministry here at Faith Temple Apostolic Ministries and DCGM, which piggybacks. We're connected.
Yep.
We are transparent, and we show you and we teach you about our experiences. Okay, that's what makes this so powerful. And what I'm teaching you is something that I have learned myself. When I originally bought my house, I did not know this stuff. I had to learn this stuff.
That's why God is sending you, because it's a lot of people about to be in ownership, and there's people that is in ownership. So the ones that's not, they getting a head start.
You're getting a head start. So I did not understand this, but I don't want to, get into how much I paid for my house and all that. I don't want to get into the exact amount. But what I paid for my house, I bought the house in 2001.
Yeah.
Now y'all know, 30 years from now will be 2031.
31. That's where they wanted you to finish.
Okay, so I'm somewhere between here and there, all right? We're at 2025. I'm about ready, as you know, I'm about ready to pay this off. But what has gotten me even this close, my original mortgage, because I had just started understanding credit. This is almost 25 years ago. I had just started understanding credit. I went from a 7.3 interest rate, refinanced it, went from 7.7 to 3.0.
Wow. More than half.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Can y'all see that? That was my percentage, 7.7. And again, I'm a little stubborn. I told y'all that last night. I'm a little stubborn. These people who refinanced me was sending me UPS